What you think, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this like monogamy just doesn't fit for me. Like, I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard is supposedly is?
Right.
And then the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand the ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You start thinking about, well, damn, I did this. So, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, this complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told them, don't do this.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we even thought, why doesn't my father is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised? Or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
Made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time they are like absolutely. But if we don't understand that, all we know is the rejection.
You see, like what I understand with my father,
men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, the purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black male was removed from the home, and black woman was forced to provide for the children, for herself.
You're missing one other thing that removes black male from the home. That's white women. Because after a while, it was a run on black men, white women. Yeah, white women. At one point, black men, they just had to have a white woman. No matter what their social economical status was, white women was the way to go. And so that pulled a lot of black men out of the house.
Damn, I sure missed that. I mean, I know Rick James, I know, you hit it. I just didn't think of that as a major absence of the black man. So
being a provider means so many things.
Right.
It means put you in a house. It means I got your back. It means we're doing this together. It means I'm not gonna walk away when things get hard. That's providing, right? I'm gonna provide emotional protection so that you can, I'll be present for you when you don't feel like you can be there for yourself or whatever, so there's so much more definition to the thing, right? And even on the flip side, looking at, the men with kids, right? I remember I did not want a man who had kids. And I was about 25 when I met my ex-husband and stuff like that.
Yo, what it do?
Nothing much. What's going on?
George is in the house. What it is, man?
Going good. It's going good. Hope everybody out there is doing well this evening.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you're here today, just be thankful that you're here. Right. Because there's many that didn't make it. So every day, you know what I'm saying, whether you're a believer or not, every day you should always, give thanks once you wake up, look around, and able to let your feet touch the ground. And even if you can't let your feet touch the ground, it's always good to just take a moment to just say thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely true.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that. And I'd like to welcome everybody to the Speak On It podcast 2K24. We're now in the summer edition. And, we doing what it do. And George been coming through lately. What is it? I would say not necessarily a life coach, and he's not necessarily a therapist, but explain and dissect your position.
Right. I'm a person that's been through everything. I'm actually going to be finishing up my graduate degree in clinical psychology. So I'm on my way to being a therapist. But in the meantime, I've been through addiction, mental health issues, divorce trauma, all kind of relationship trauma, custody battles, pretty much everything a guy can almost go through. And I've used it to build myself up as a way to try to help people. And I've used it to try to fortify myself instead of letting it beat me down. So I started a nonprofit called Meta Association about 6 years ago. We promote fatherhood, black male mental health, and we fight recidivism. So that's why I do what I do.
All righty. And no experience is better than going through it yourself. That's the best experience, self-experience. So Speaking with someone who's been there and recovering and has done that, to me, is like the best, experience. It's good to have the education and everything behind it, the backing, but going through it yourself, coming out on the other side, going through the storm yourself and coming out victorious and being able to do that on your own, to me, is the best experience. And then just go and get that documentation behind you to make it solidified.
Exactly.
All right. Now, as we dive in tonight, before we get to our topic, this is discussed. I'm currently working. I'm kind of like, I guess you could say, a life coach per se, because like George, I speak from experience, and the people in my immediate circle that goes through things that I see, and if I can use situations I've been through to help them come to the other side and get through it, I do that. So I'm going to touch up on why I chose this topic for tonight and break everything down on how I feel about it. But before we get into that, you all know last week I spoke on the tragedy death of Ashley Barnes, 14-year-old that was missing in Bastrop, Louisiana for about, I'm gonna say, a little over a week, right at a week. And I had a hour discussion. I opened my show up speaking on her and the conditions and everything surrounding the case. And justice has finally prevailed so far. The suspect that allegedly abducted and raped and murdered her was captured the Friday after the podcast. I did the podcast that Wednesday. He was captured that Friday by the marshals. He was actually in Arizona when they caught him. So on the run or not, it doesn't look well for you to be from Louisiana and then you get caught days after, the body is found in Arizona. So, but I still like to stick by the innocent until proven guilty, but the way they caught him in, they say she was strangled. It was a tussle type deal, and she was fighting for her life. So they probably have some type of DNA from her nails and things, because we're not gonna think to bleach nails and once we done something. So a lot of times they don't if you're not a professional. So shout out to the marshals and the Bastrop police for jumping on this one, and hopefully this will be the first of many solved murders in that area, because it's ridiculous. And then a lot of people like to bash the police department, but you have to realize, without any leads, it's nothing they can do. They weren't there, just like we weren't there. So unless somebody tell them something, they can't do the job that you're expecting them to do. So you guys in that, like I said last week, in that city, you guys got to start talking more and doing more. It's like that's the only way you guys are going to get any kind of justice there. So big ups to them, and I'm hoping that this brings a little piece of mind to the Lyons and the Barnes family and everybody affiliated, her friends and everything that's affiliated with her. So I was just glad to see that they actually got on there and did it. And since I spoke on it last week, I figured I'd give you guys an update this week. All righty. Now, this is 4th of July Eve. Shout out to those that's off tomorrow. Shout out to those that's actually celebrate that particular holiday. Shout out to those who choose not to celebrate that holiday. However, I've noticed that our woke people that doesn't celebrate the holiday, however, have friends, family, and coworkers over to the house with food on the grill and music playing as if they're celebrating the holiday, So, and a lot of that basically is because it was tradition in their household, but then we wake up when we get in our, 20, 22, 21, 25. We're woke. And, we don't celebrate that holiday. We're not Americans. We're from Africa, But you were born in America. So I could debate.
Yeah. I mean, really, anytime you bring up this woke stuff, I mean, it's not going to jive, I think, with kind of what our mindset aligns to. I think I see a lot of feminine energy with this woke stuff, and I can understand if you're not celebrating on principle, but most people just doing it just because it's fashionable. They don't understand why they're not doing it. They just saying they're not doing it without any thought behind it.
Right, and they jump on it and try to run with it, and they have the knowledge. They don't have the full knowledge of what's actually going on. But yeah, so I just wanted to touch up on our woke people. Shout out to you guys, and with the holiday or whatever, whether you celebrate it or not. I actually have friends and family here. Friends and family here today. They've been here since the weekend. So, but yeah. So I guess we'll dive in on the topic, George. My thing on this, okay, it's this couple that I'm working with, and an incident happened, and now the husband wants her phone information, but he don't feel like he should share his phone information, his passcodes and passwords. And it's an ongoing debate on should you not.
What's his basis for him not wanting to relinquish his? That's what I'm interested in.
His debate on what? Why he don't want her to see his?
Right.
Is she had an incident that made him feel uncomfortable. According to him, he hasn't had an incident that would make her feel uncomfortable with his phone. So apparently, like a coworker or something text her after hours and whatever, and he just feel like it's more to it than just the coworker just chatting with her after hours. There's more going on. And so he was like, okay, well, since you violated the trust, I need your phone and your phone and all your social media information.
Right.
But now, when you first meeting somebody, like, I really didn't believe in sharing my phone information. I'm a promoter, fresh in a relationship, DJ, and I had what I call loose ends. So I had females that'll probably hit me up every blue moon. Hey, I'm in town. You know, what's up? Well, you know, what's going on? I'm in town. And how do you respond to that? You know, it's like loose ends. And so I was like, long as I know I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not entertaining it. But if you're seeing someone or dating someone, they may see that I'm in town. What are you doing? Can you come out tonight? Will I see you later? Can you get away? Because they don't know how serious you are in your relationship. And so that was an issue of mine back in the day. I didn't believe in that at first.
Right.
But I noticed how untrustworthy I looked or how upset I would get when my phone is left by her and I see her with my phone in her hand, you know. So I was like, and then I also had this guy that I was dealing with, this older cat. And he said that he didn't want his women having his phone information because that was his personal privacy. He was like, this is my privacy, so I don't feel like, you know. And I get that also, because if we fellas, you know what I'm saying, texting each other, I might be teasing you and I might send you a picture of a big butt, a woman that half-ass naked big butt. My girl gets my phone and see that picture in my phone. She may say, oh, this what you like? You know, so it's kind of a catch-22, but you have to, but if you're transparent, what I had to learn to be was transparent. Right. And once my loose ends got clipped and I was just more about what I was into, which was very hard for me to just singly get into.
Right.
But once I did that, I was able to accept it. You know what I'm saying? And especially in today's time, it's hard to, you know, trust is an issue.
Yeah, it's very much an issue.
It was an issue 10 years ago, but it's more of an issue now.
Well, I think to answer the question, the first thing you have to, the first answer to this question is it just kind of depends. It depends on your relationship. It depends on your security level. It depends on what y'all got going on. You know, it depends on how invested you are. She may want access to your phone because she may be more emotionally invested than you are. You may figure, I ain't rocking with you like that, boo-boo. You don't need to be checking my phone. But she may.
And I think that was me. You hitting everything on the head. You're going to get that degree. Trust me. Because you know how to put yourself in different situations. But that was me. Because I never really wanted to commit on that level. You feel what I'm saying? So I felt like we doing what we do. But you can wake up tomorrow and say you don't want to be with me. So why should I lay all my cards on the table?
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So why should I lay my cards on the table? I don't trust you like that. We're good, but and then especially when you know you're battling demons yourself, you know the issues that you go through that you're dealing with yourself, whether it's a weakness for beautiful women, whether it's addicted to attention, you know, whatever that demon is that you're battling, You know, because as a club DJ promoter, actually the top DJ in the city and the top 5 in surrounding areas.
Right.
I came in contact with a lot of women that I was able to pick and choose who I wanted to, you know, be with.
Right.
So getting a woman has never been a problem for me since Head Start, you know, really. And so when you know you have options and you're in a field where you can exercise your options, you just don't take women serious because of the ones you ran into, the ones you were groomed
for me personally, and you kind of know some of the stuff I've been through. To me, a woman got to prove herself to me. She got to earn my trust. She got to earn my loyalty. Boy, I feel like, hey, you know what? You know, I don't have no loose ends. If something happened, hey, here's my passcode. I would have caveats in it. If it's an emergency or if I ask you to do it, do it. But don't just pick up my phone, just going through it because you're looking for something. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the relationship. And like the way I am, like the way I used to be, I was like, well, we're in a relationship. Of course you can have my phone. Of course. No, you got to earn it now. So a lot of it is predicated on what you've been through previously.
Yeah.
And see, if you want somebody to pass code, you obviously looking for something. And what that indicates, you don't trust the person. So then you need to be questioning the whole relationship. Why now are we asking, are we talking about this? Okay, what prompted it? Are we not communicating enough? It's so much that goes into it that you can, you know, superficially think it's just a matter of, you know, me giving up my privacy, me giving up. But you got to look at the reasons behind it. Why are you feeling like you need to look at her phone? Why is she feeling like she needs to look in your phone? And talk about it first. And then
and a lot of times, believe it or not, you know,
you just look for confirmation. You know,
and you know why they're asking.
Yeah,
but you know, but a lot of us are in denial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're in denial, and a lot of us don't like to accept responsibility. And I was one of those, and that's why
I like the word accountability.
Yeah. And I speak candid on that because that was my biggest thing. I didn't, you know, it was accepting the accountability. I didn't want to do that because it's like you looking for something. That's what I used to say. But I didn't look at my actions that made her want looking at something. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say I'm going right up the road. The store is actually walking distance. Like I can get there in 5 minutes walking, a minute and a half in the car. Right. And I'll get a third of the road, turn around. I'll probably make it to the store, almost turn around, come back and get my phone, and then go back.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was like, damn, you sure need to get this phone? No, I got to make sure, And when you first dating someone, I started seeing how that would kind of look a little suspicious. You may not be doing nothing, but it can raise an eyebrow, you know? And so once I seen that, I was more like, okay, I kind of see where she coming from with it now.
But you know, it's how you do it too. Now, here's the thing. If you come in the house from the store and she got your phone, you can ask politely, what you doing? But if you diving over the couch to snatch the phone out of her hand, of course you're going to think something wrong. So you have to play that cool.
Give me my damn phone.
Right. You can't do it like this.
And that's what I used to do, to be honest with you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like I say, man, I was like, why? You know, and then just imagine being asleep and then you wake up. You know how you wake up, but just your eyes still closed and you can see out the corner what they doing. And she has your phone and you know, it was some shit, a text that in there that you was just being flirtatious and friendly that day. It ain't going nowhere. You just bullshitting. But she reading that text. Yeah, if I wasn't with who I'm with, you know, you would be my person. You know what I'm saying? I hate we didn't make it. And then y'all like say 3 to 5 months into the relationship, and then you still kind of joking and flirting with another. And she reads that. It could actually create problems for the rest of your relationship till you guys decide to get out of it, or she decides to just accept it and leave it alone if you convince her well enough that you was just bullshit. But yeah, I went through that because I was like, my phone is my phone, and I don't want to go through your phone,
Right?
you know, because to me, I used to hear the old people say, when you're looking for something, you'll find it. And it may not even be what it really is. If I'm looking for her to be talking to a guy, it'll be a distant cousin that she hadn't seen in 5, 6, 10 years that say, hey, love, hey, love, it's been a long time. You see what I'm saying? Or hey, it's been a minute.
Right.
And that's a cousin. And then she said, yeah, it have been a minute. I thought about you the other week and was talking to Sheila about you. And then I'm seeing this. So I'm like, shit, who the hell is Michael? You know what I'm saying? And then come to find out when you go down the timeline and look at who all affiliated with this person, then the family say, oh, yeah, Mike is back in town. And
Right.
he's going to be here for 2 weeks trying to get his daughter. He's going through a custody case. Whoop, whoop, yada, yada. Now, I didn't got an attitude because I done went through the phone and seen her saying that it's been a minute.
Well, see, though, that brings to light the danger of doing things like checking each other's phone, because your reaction is not going to be a rational one. When you see something that flash of red and you just going to react, you're not going to think, wait a minute, she does have a cut. You know, you're not thinking that. So,
and especially if y'all just meeting 4 or 5 months into the relationship, you're not going to know everybody in the family.
Right.
You're not going to know the play brothers. You're not going to know the ones that grew up with, who got wives and kids that just only look at her as a sister or something. You're not going to know that. All you're seeing in those 4 or 5, maybe 6 months, because that's that critical time of dating.
Right.
When you you give them to about 5 to 6 months before you really just know I'm pulling out of this. You know what I'm saying? If you're just not looking for a reason to get out, you give them a good 6 months. And usually if you like that person going into that 6 month, y'all will make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just a matter, you know, the main thing, you know, and I found this in me meeting people. The biggest problem I have is people being transparent, because these women out here are full of shit. They talk about us, they more full of shit than we are. So if you already come to a situation where you don't have that transparency, you don't have communication, you're gonna have issues 5, 6 months in where, you know, who is that calling you at 2 a.m? Well, you know, let me see your phone, because y'all didn't establish that communication in their report on the front end. You just busy hopping in bed, getting excited. You meet somebody, but you didn't understand. You have to develop a relationship. Y'all have to develop habits, ways y'all do things. So, you know, it's just a matter of some couples are gonna be cool giving access to each other's phones. Some people not. I'm not necessarily like me right now. I'm not gonna be comfortable doing that, not because I got nothing to hide, but I do a lot of business stuff. I don't need to get questioned. Well, who is this business person? I just need to be able to move.
And that was me too.
Yeah.
That was me too. Because I had a lot of business deals, got a lot of business deals on the table, and I'm a DJ. So,
right.
And it may be abroad that we probably flirted around and it didn't go nowhere. And she may hit me up and say, hey, Black, what you doing? You know, I'm thinking about doing a party for my daughter and da 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 da. But when she hit me up with, hey, Black, you know what I'm saying, how you been doing? Mm-hmm. And especially if it's a nice looking woman, right, your mate tends to want to question those.
Right.
You know, so when I started experiencing that, let me see, the only time when did I come full circle with it? I was on the phone with actually a cousin, and I like to talk to all my business when I leave the club. The club closes around 2, I get paid around 3, and then I'm going home. So I make it home about 3:30, you know. So I would, if they're up and they'll text me, hey, call me when you leave the club. So when I leave the club, I'm on the phone with them. And I came home and my girl was calling me back to back, but I know I'm on my way home and I'm on the phone trying to take care of everything she's talking to me about before I get to the house. And when I pulled up in the driveway and came in the house, I was finishing up my conversation while I was in the house, you know. So I was saying things like, okay, but yeah, just yeah, I'm at the house now, you know, hit me up tomorrow when you get up. You know what I'm saying? If you still need to talk, just hit me up tomorrow when you get up. So I hung up. And then I went, you know, got in the shower and everything. Then that next day around 10 a.m., my cousin called me and she said, "You didn't get in any trouble, did you? I didn't get you in any trouble, did you?" I said, "What you mean?" My girl had called her back. The last number in my phone saw that I was on the phone. She called her back because she heard me get off the phone when I walked in the house. So she had called her back. And so at that point, I think that was my turning point, because the cousin told me that. She hadn't told me anything. And then I was sitting there like, you have a choice. Either go in there and curse her out for touching your phone and going through your shit, not trusting you, woo woo, yada, yada, or you can take that as she's concerned. She heard you come in the house, you was talking to a female, and she's just trying to protect her feelings. You know what I'm saying? So that's when maturity started kind of
emotional maturity. Yeah,
we have been together for a while. I'm talking about 3 years or whatever, 3-4 years in it now. And that happened. And so I had a choice. And at that time, she still didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? That she called it back of that. And so just me thinking about it constantly while I'm with her, I say, yeah, you called my cousin back the other day. I said, it was nothing. I say, I talked to people that's awake on the way to the on my way back from the club, because they're up and they need to talk. Like I had another partner of mine, who wife would hit me up and talk to me on my way home from the club. She'll just be leaving the club and she'll say, "Hey, hit me on your way from the club. I need to tell you what your boy did." Then I hit her up and we talk. Then when I get to the house, I get off the phone. But the key was she was more concerned with why I wasn't answering her phone call.
That's the thing that gets you in trouble.
That's what it was. All I had to do was just click over and say, "Hey, I'm on the phone with April. I'm gonna hit you right back. Hey, I'm on the phone with I'm gonna hit you right back. I'm on my way to the house. She talking to me about something that's going on with her and old boy." Click. I didn't do that because I felt like that was giving too much information. So I'm like, I'm on my way home, so I'm good. I know you just calling to make sure I'm straight. Ain't nothing wrong. I'm good. I'm going home. But she went through the phone. And then the other incident, and this was around the same time frame. I'm talking about, when I say same time frame, I'm talking about a month or two apart. It was this particular year. It was the 3rd year of the relationship. And when you're in a relationship, that 3rd year catch a lot of hell. I don't care. Nobody say that 7th year, they usually break up. If you make it past that 10th year, y'all can possibly make it. But that that 5th is going to be rocky, but that 7th is when you fall up. So, a female had inboxed me because I'm the main DJ, so I go to the club late. I have other people open up for me, and I get there about 12. I go on probably 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I rock until they cut the lights on. So, so this female knew that I passed her way because her house is en route going to the club. And so she inboxed me, "Can you come and swoop me up on your way to the club?" Innocent, because the girl wasn't nowhere near my type. I'm talking about, if you know olive oil from Popeye. So nowhere near what I'll even look at. But she inboxed me that, and I was in the shower, getting in the mood to go to the club. And DJ. And she inboxed her and said, "Oh no, we don't do that. He don't pick up women and ride them in the car without running it by me. So no, I hate to tell you, he would not be picking you up." The old me, it would have been an issue in the house. I would have been going to the club late. I would have called and told the DJs, "Hey, I'll pay y'all, stay late," because I got to take care of some shit. And so it was and all this, like I say, month probably apart. And I guess it came like that because she was emotionally invested. Now that I'm hearing you talk, and I was nonchalant because as I say so many times, icebox where my heart used to be. I had mine. I'm protecting my heart. So I'll go through the motions with you, but I'm not gonna get emotionally attached to you.
Right.
And she was into, you know, her emotional deal. And so I said, you can handle it a couple of ways. You can just brush it off and say, well, yeah, she right. Because when I got to the club, the girl finally made it there. She said, oh, I ain't mean to, you know, start, and I ain't know. I was like, no, it wasn't no problem. It's just that my laptop was open. She went on there. She seen your text and she responded. But no, I don't just ride females randomly in my vehicle, because my rule in a relationship is don't do nothing you don't want the other one to do.
Right.
So that's my rule, and I feel like that's what got me through being in this relationship as long as I have.
Right. Because really, you know, it depends on what stage of life you at. I don't believe in the going through phone thing anymore at 46, and especially with relationship stuff I've been through. If my woman wants to go through my phone, I'm gonna just honestly be, what are you looking for? Well, if I feel like I got to go through her phone, I'm not gonna mess with it at all anymore. I'm not gonna, you know, because usually when you going through somebody's phone, you got enough evidence and suspicion to know what's going on. Going through the phone when you get a certain age is just looking for trouble. If you can't trust that person at that point to not have to go through their phone, then fine, then you don't need to be with them. You wasted your time. Now, it's nothing wrong if they get a call at 2 a.m. You say, well, who was that? I don't see nothing wrong with that. But I need your passcode. Don't do all that. Because if you're doing all that, you ain't got nothing worth having anyway.
Well, me, in my situation, I like peace of mind. Okay?
Right.
And it's not a requirement. I guess it's not a rule of thumb or requirement, because even though I don't even remember I have the passcode, right, but I don't never ask for the phone. If right, if she's showing me something, messages that somebody sent her or some TikTok stuff, if she's showing me things and then she's scrolling and I just happen to see a Robert Wilson in a damn phone, I'm gonna say, hey, who was that? And then she might say, oh, that's the guy I went to try to get something from a website and blah blah blah. And she'll click on it and it'll be him. Hey, my products are this and that. They cost this and that. You know, everything is.
It's nothing wrong with asking, but I feel like having unfettered access goes a little bit too far, because we got to keep this in mind too, gentlemen. It's our job to make our women feel secure in our relationship, and sometimes they may have to mean explaining. You know, I know, you know, this was out of character for you. Was everything okay? Or who was that? Nothing wrong with it.
Because, you know, guys, especially with the social media thing, right? They don't respect relationships. They see somebody who looked good that they went to school with, who probably was an ugly duckling in school, and now she looking good. They're going to hit up, hey, long time no see. So you don't know. It may be an old fling, an old boyfriend, a one night stand. It might be your best sex partner that's hitting her up now. I mean, you don't know.
Right.
So that's what I learned to do. I used to see different things and hold it in and don't say nothing and act accordingly. But being that I'm a person who shuts down, who blocks you out, when you're in a committed long-term relationship, that's not the healthiest thing to do, because I shut down in a minute because I have options and I know my options.
Right.
And so when something's not going right, or I feel some type of way in a relationship, like I could be possibly getting played, I just shut down and start focusing on options.
I walk away.
I'm very guilty of it.
But you know, it just depends on what your relationship is built on. If it's built on open communication, transparency, and trust from the get-go, you ain't got to worry about checking phones and all that, because either you trust that person enough to know that they're not doing nothing, or either you know them enough to know they are, then you can get the hell away from them.
Right. And the key thing that I think, like I say, number one is what I said last week too. We have to have enough confidence, insurance in ourselves, self-love, self-worth, to know that if they do leave or if they are doing something that you can just up and walk away. It's no big deal. It is what it is. But we hope that it's an open and honest, I'm just not feeling you. I'm to the point in my life where I want this and you're doing that. You know, when you've invested a lot of time in someone, all you want is honesty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, George? George, we tried this. This is our 8th month. I feel like we're stagnant. We're not really going anywhere. You're a good guy. You're a nice person. I like what you're trying to do, but this is not what I expected out of this relationship. You too tied up getting your career off the ground and trying to find your next level, going through your baby mama stuff. And I respect that. Don't get me wrong. But right now, I need a little bit more than what you're able to provide. That's what we want.
Right.
But do we get that? No. They'll stay with you and reap your benefits until they find the next train smoking that's passing by. And then it's by George. As soon as that plane, jump on that train, by George. And then you sitting there looking like, what happened? Well, I tried to tell you, no, you didn't try to tell me. You need to stop what we're doing and tell me.
Right.
While we're watching Bad Boys, you need to tell me. While we're watching reruns of Martin, you need to tell me. While we're looking at different shows, or while you're in the kitchen cooking and I'm sitting there and we're in the house by ourselves, that's the time for you to talk. When I go to bed early and you're just sitting in the bed, that's the time for you to say, hey, I'm not really happy. I'm not feeling this. And if it don't get any better, I'm thinking about, leaving. You're a good person, So then you'll know to go ahead and start preparing that this may not be the one for me. Right. Or I'm going to try to do what she wants me to do. But then again, you still know that she may not be the one for me.
Yeah.
You what I'm saying?
Yeah. At that point, me in that situation, I'm going to start helping her ass pack. I'm not, it's just, but when somebody's not honest with you in a relationship and they don't communicate with you and they break their word, they take the choice away from you for you to deal with things the way you need to do for your well-being. They throw you in a situation by springing something on you that you're not ready for. So they don't respect you enough or love you enough to be honest with you. So you see how an issue such as checking the phones, how we took something like checking the passcode on the phone can just reveal so many deeper problems in your relationship.
Yeah. And that's what that couple that I'm working with going through now. Now I took 2 weeks off from them because I want them to see how they're gonna cope, without someone giving them advice and don't do this and you need to do that and be the guy you was when you guys got together, be the female you was, the woman you were when they got together.
You can't always do that though, because you're not the same person when you got together. So that's why. And I think they 7 years in it, and this is the toughest year because the 7th year decides if you gonna be there or not. And I tell you what, that 14th year is a son of a bitch too. Woo! That 14th year, every 7 years. Yeah. So, I'm approaching that. So, but my thing is I'm transparent. Once I clipped my loose ends and accepted my role in the relationship. That was my problem. I never accepted my role in any other relationships I ever had. I just went through the motions. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have the job, you're a supervisor, but you're not the supervisor role. You still go on the floor and joke with the guys. You give them passes. You're not playing your supervisor role. You're a supervisor, but you're not doing the supervisor role. Yeah, so in a relationship, I know my role. I just wasn't playing. So I'm gonna treat you good. We're gonna do the trip. So I'm gonna do everything I'm supposed to do, but my heart's still gonna be protected, and I don't trust shit. I ain't looking, it is what it is. I don't trust nothing. You know what? Like with me, somebody got to earn that trust. It's got to be built over time. So this what got me with this one, and I was in a relationship where this situation was similar. But it was at the end of the relationship. Mm-hmm. And she didn't want me to, it was a problem when I asked for the phone. And it never had been a problem before. So when I seen this video, I was like, okay, peep this. This is what prompted the topic of the night. Peep this. All right.
Baby, what the hell is so funny over there?
What? No, I'm on Twitter.
I want to know, like, why you always like moving like that with your phone? Like you, like damn, you always saying no, like you always just sitting with your phone turning and shit.
How is it turn if you're behind me?
Is your phone cracked right there on the back? Let me see.
Give me my fucking phone. Tripping. Why are you being weird?
Why are you being weird? Why you just did all that?
But why are you snatching my phone?
I was trying to see the crack. Let me see the crack.
You already did.
No, I didn't. Let me see the crack.
Snatch it though.
Baby, just let me see the crack.
Yes, it's cracked.
Okay, I understand it's cracked. Can I see it real quick?
Exactly. Why do you keep trying to snatch my phone? No.
I'm snatching because now you acting like you doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
How? Am I acting like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to?
All right, I don't want to break your nail. Can I just please see your phone real quick?
Why do you need to see my phone? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do you want to see my phone for? Do I go through your phone? No.
Baby, be in a relationship for one. If I ask you for your phone, I should be able to.
No, that's not what that means. This is my private property. Stop. Give me my fucking phone. No, you're doing too much.
Oh, see, now I know.
What do you know?
Now I know.
Imagine if I try to snatch your phone out of your fucking face.
I understand that. Watch out. No. Watch out. You're not touching my phone.
Okay.
Now I know. You got something going on that you're not supposed to be doing because you always turn with your phone like that. Why you always in the bed or in the car or on the couch with your phone? I'm being rude.
I was having a good time. Please get out.
I'm not even trying to start with you.
You are.
I just had peeped at how you always move with your phone, and today's the day I want to really realize what's going on with your phone.
You don't pay.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Let
me see the phone. No. Let me see what's in this phone. Let me see what's in this phone.
Like you're already my fucking life.
Matter of fact, I'm insecure. I'm insecure. You could be putting me as your lock screen, and when you get with a nigga, you change your lock screen.
What? Who does all that, and what am I doing all that for?
So why you moving like that with your phone?
Right, because you don't pay my phone bill.
All right, so can you?
Other people's property.
Cool, I don't. Okay. You're right. But can I ask you a question?
What?
Can you open your phone for me real quick?
Really stressing me.
Can you just open your phone for me real quick? I won't even touch it. Unlock it, and now, like go to your recent FaceTime calls.
For what?
Because the way
you're invading my privacy. I'm not doing that.
I'm not even trying to be insecure or nothing, but the way you're moving with your phone is showing that you got a lot going on. And I ain't no dumb. I've been peeping this for like months now. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna never ask her because I don't really care that much. But I see how you move. You over there probably deleting shit.
No,
you over there deleting.
No, I don't FaceTime nobody. I don't FaceTime nobody. Here.
It's all good. Nah, it's all good.
Go through it.
It's all.
You want to be insecure and let me know.
It's all. I just peeped. Now she don't got no FaceTime calls. She has none.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's all good. Just don't be surprised when you catch me doing me. I'm gonna have to phone. What's up?
All right.
That's some shit, my man. On the cool.
He should have been left because he knew by the way she reacted. She out there creeping. He already knew it.
When they get upset like that, yeah, that's definitely a red flag.
That's a flaming flag.
Yeah, flaming. And she got so upset, and she still didn't want him to look at that phone because she didn't have time. Then now it's nobody on there. It's kind of like she deleted all the messages, and you know this person texted her before because she showed you the text at one time, and now she has no text messages. Period. Right. Not even the one she showed is gone. So it's like,
and this goes to show people watching. You know, I know the topic is about the passcode, but man, them microcosms for bigger issues in your relationship. They issues ain't about him checking, ain't about who she on the phone with. They got trust issues. You know, he's probably more committed to her than she is to him.
Gotta be. Because he said, you know, that they're in a relationship. So he takes the relationship serious. She still was like, well, you ain't finna, and then she was cursing with it. You ain't finna touch my fucking phone. Give me my fucking phone, you know. Yeah. So the fact that she's cursing and moving like that is the way she's moving that, you know, you're guilty of something. And then he say, and that's the normal response. If you catch me moving like that, I'm gonna move the way you move. But like I said on the last podcast, I don't believe in playing games. So I would probably do me twice. And if you continue to do you and that third time, I don't want to play anymore. I'm just gonna leave because I know I don't have to be in that relationship.
And see me, I'm leaving right then. That's all I need to see.
Well, it depends. Like you say, I bet if you were invested in that financially, emotionally, for I'm gonna say 3 to 4 years, and you don't have proof, and that's what I explained to a lot of people.
Right.
A lot of the people that I deal with that's going through their relationship.
Yeah, I don't care if I've been in a relationship 16
Yeah,
years.
but the key
I'm
is
gone.
You don't have proof. And like you can have an idea that your mate, and you can really feel a gut feeling and all that, and in your heart that person went off and slept with somebody.
But here's the thing: if my gut is already telling me that, if my gut is telling me to the point where I come to you about it and you react like that,
right? Okay. Minus the reaction. Let's just say your gut is telling you. She tell you she's stuck in traffic and she had to stop by here and the line was long and blah blah. Your gut is saying you know that she's been with someone else, okay? Mm-hmm. But when you don't have that 100% proof that person stepped out of the relationship, you kind of hang it because there's no proof.
Well, here's the thing with me. I can only speak for myself. If I got a gut instinct or suspicion, I ain't gonna wait on proof. I'm gonna give just what I need. If I'm to that point where I'm kind of second guessing you, I know it's time for me to divest and move on to something else. I'm not gonna wait on proof. I don't need no trial. My gut and my peace of mind is enough for me. So if I got that intuition going, it's messing up my peace of mind. That means you messing up my peace of mind. Therefore, you got to go. Period. I ain't got to have no proof. And then if you act like that on top of that, I'm out because I got to protect me, my heart, and my peace
now
of mind.
The acting like that is where when I say the proof thing goes, because she was like she cursing, she mad, and she still was. Then she took time to delete shit. That would have been a wrap. And what I probably would have did, my move would have been, I see that where she really going with it, and I'll be focusing on getting my own place, getting my own shit.
Well, I'm just saying, and I would have done the same thing. I'm just saying I would have left before then. I just would have been like, hey, this ain't working.
Well, according to what he said in the video, he was like, he noticed that she been moving a little different with her phone, but that's your mate. And if you're trying to eliminate trust issues, so you don't say nothing, and that's just like he said. I hadn't said anything, but I have been noticing your actions with your phone. You're on it more. You turn it different when I'm around. He said, I've been noticing it for about a month.
And that's
so this particular day, he walks in the room and see her skinning and grinning. Now, with me knowing a woman, when she started touching her hair, she was thinking about the guy who she had talked to last.
Right.
Just like if you're out and about and you walking in the mall, you walking in Walmart, and your lady kind of touch her hair when a guy passed by, he was nice looking at her, or he was a type of hers majority of the time. We're not gonna say but body language. I learned body language in high school, especially in college. And I have sisters, so I studied their moves. And if she fix her clothes, or start touch her hair, or mentions her hair when a guy passed by, he was attracted to it.
Yeah, I mean, when you come down to it, 9 times out of 10, you ain't got to have proof. You just suffering yourself looking for it. If you feeling that way, this is me. I'm out. I don't care how long I've been invested.
Man, and I think the only reason that I'm kind of more lenient is because of the profession, DJ, promoter. Right. And like I told you guys, I hit up females and say, get your sexy ass up and go do these flyers. What your fine ass doing? Get your fine ass up and go to the radio station and take the script up there. Because I'm over here in Shreveport. I need you in Monroe. I used to talk to them like that. And I just, and it wasn't anything, I wasn't attracted to them where we would be an item or anything, but that was just my way of complimenting them, getting more done with honey than salt, vinegar. So I would talk to him like that. And the average person that I'm talking to at the time, see those text messages, good morning, beautiful. And I say beautiful because she really not that attractive, but she wears a lot of makeup because she wants to look good. So I play on whatever the insecurity is with the woman. So if she wears a lot of tight clothes and she's a promoter of mine, I'll say, get your fine ass up and go do this and that and that. Boy, you crazy. But yeah, I'm getting dressed now. Blah, 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 blah. And that's it. Then they'll text me back, hey, I did that. I didn't get a chance to go over to such and such. I ran out of flyers at this. I gave one to that person. Boom. And it's just strictly business. But my initial text was, get your fine ass up and go put the flyers out.
Right. And a lot of the problem too, as far as women and their insecurities, is, depending on what kind of job we have. I know with the stuff I do, I'm doing maybe 10 different things. So I'm gonna get a call at 2 and 3 in the morning.
Right.
So I mean, and I just had to be upfront. Look, this so-and-so, this is just what I do.
Yeah. Now that was me.
I mean, I might have to run out the house at 10 at night. I might not get no sleep.
I believe in that. And that's what I be saying too. Because my profession, a DJ club, that they may call me in the middle of the night and say, hey, Black, what you doing? We need a DJ over here. And it's 12:30. My DJ didn't show up. And I'm laying in bed looking at TV. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, well, we can stay open a little later tonight, but man, we got a packed house. The DJ ain't showed up. I've been playing CDs, man. I need somebody to come in and at least play music. I'll pay you double. Right. Baby, I gotta go. Right. Where you going now? I gotta go to the club. Yeah, club. Yeah, right. The club gonna close in an hour and a half. Hey, they say they paying double. I'm getting ready to run out here. I told them I'll be there in 15 minutes. I'm getting dressed. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna get this money.
And one thing that'll help in relationships, and this is something me being out here dating, I'm noticing, people don't take the time to really get to know you anymore. They don't talk. They don't, like when I meet somebody, I'm like, man, ask me whatever you want. Y'all know me, my life is an open book because I want somebody to take the time to get invested to get to know me so we don't have these kind of issues later, or at very least we mitigate them where they're not so damaging to the relationship if one develops. But you got to spend time and talk and get to know somebody too.
Right.
It ain't about just, hey, they look good. Hey, I'm pretty sure you ain't got too much of nothing. Let me go and rock with you. Now it takes more than that, because otherwise you end up in a situation where you 6-7 months in, you might be living with the person and things go left because you didn't take the time to get to know them.
Right.
Or you're not taking time to get to know yourself. You can't be in a relationship, you damaged and you healed and not healed and you insecure and you got your own stuff going on. That ain't gonna work either.
Right. And the thing with the passcodes to the social medias, the phone and all that, I feel like too, if you're not married to that person.
Right. That makes a difference.
If you're not married, I feel like you shouldn't do it. That they don't owe you that. If they want to show you their phone, if you ask them a question, yeah. Because with me, the way I move, and then the way the older cats that I used to listen to, they was telling me if I wasn't married to that person they called, old people said, a much right woman, meaning she has much right to do whatever the hell she want to do, to talk to whoever else she want to talk to, because I'm not married to her. And that's whether you shacking with her or not. You not that woman's husband. So you really wasting her time. If you just shacking with her, you wasting time. Mm-hmm. And so they broke that down to me like that. And so after that, I was like, either you gonna shit or get out the pot. So if you're not married to that person, I feel like she don't owe you nothing.
She don't, and you don't owe her nothing.
And you don't owe her nothing. It goes both ways. You do you, I'm gonna do me. Then when we cross that bridge and we get engaged and we start focusing on being a family unit, now let's get a little. Yeah.
If you talking about taking a relationship to that level where y'all not married, but y'all both mutually like, hey, I'm cool with this. You can check my phone. I check your phone. Now, if y'all can come to that kind of agreement, that's one thing. But just off the
because a lot of people not looking for marriage. So
right.
Yeah. So that'll be that. And this is what she feel about it. And I think, I'm
not even trying to start no arguments, but you should have all of his passwords. And I know what y'all about to say. Oh, you just need to trust him. You trust Shaitan? Grant has 100% access to everything. but I also have 100% access to everything on his phone. Matter of fact, he's logged in on my phone because that's how open and clear that it needs to be. The biggest difference between my healthy and my unhealthy relationships is how open we were with everything. I'm not telling you to be on no sneaky time. I'm saying that you guys need to sit down, have a conversation, and talk about being open on everything. Why don't you give me the passwords to everything that you have? That's the question that I'm asking. Even with all of our transparency, the agreement is if you see something on my social media that you don't like or my phone, you have to give me the opportunity to explain myself. Like if you're coming in here hot, I'm just going to be defensive. I need you to give me some time to be able to say, hey, that this is what the situation is. Give me the benefit of the doubt. And like, that's part of being in a healthy relationship. When everything's so open, like you typically will give each other the benefit of the doubt. And don't get it twisted. I used to be toxic too. So one thing's for sure, two things for certain, baby. You definitely wasn't getting my password, but there's a reason for that. That's because I don't want you to see what's on my phone. And I used to think the same exact way, like, why he gotta look at my phone? Like, he just need to trust me. No, this person is constantly keeping me accountable and I'm keeping him accountable.
So what do you think about that?
If you can work it out that way and y'all can have that conversation, that's fine. But you know what? If you have a conversation, you find out you ain't cool with checking each other's phone, that's fine too. It's a matter of setting your own individual boundaries and what's going to work for you. And sometimes one thing may work for you and one thing may not work for the other person. That means it's probably not meant for y'all to be together. Don't be so afraid to be alone. If things not working right out where it's gonna be emotionally safe for you or optimal, then don't stay in that relationship. You
done came a long way. I'm trying. From last year. God damn, what?
It ain't been a whole year yet.
Damn. So you really on a mission to keep it moving. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm not getting hung up emotionally.
Wow.
If I do,
you sounded worse than I did.
Well, I'm just not. It's like this. I would like to get married one day. I would like to settle down one day. But with these women out here, it's gonna be hard for me to find that because I'm still working on myself too. Yeah,
to be honest with you, and I know you got to go. To be honest with you, like I was telling the other my past co-hosts that I used to have on here. The women are out. The good women are out there, George.
Right.
They lovely. They looking for men. They're fertile. They're 35. They're out there, but they are working. They're working. Right. You'll see them at Subway. You see them at Wendy's. You see them working for Amazon. Their hair back. They got on their little polo shirts and they khakis, and they working. It's not the ones that you seeing with the extensions going down to the head and the nails out, and they trying to look like Megan Thee Stallion. Those are them not the ones. Those are the ones that's going to give you the hell that when you take them to a restaurant, they're going to look at the menu and try to order the highest shit on there, and they don't even like it. They don't even know what it is. Calamari. They don't know what it is, but they're going to order it just because. Let me get the stuff. You take them to what's that place? What's that place in New Orleans that? But you take them there, they'll get the stuffed wings or whatever that cost like $50 for 8 wings. You know what I'm saying? They'll order that stuff, and those are the ones that you need to stay away from. Right. So I look at the dating world today, and you are forced to get out in the dating world with more traditional ways than modern ways. So right. You're looking for a person to date, to court, to possibly get with, build a family, and grow together. That's what you're looking for. But it's so many scammers and schemers, and you guys got so much to, but it's that woman that's working at the gas station with her hair back that's just up there to work. Right. Those are the ones. Exactly. But if you're getting those, I'm still trying to be popping. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're gonna catch hell with them all day because they caught up in the social media world, the Instagram world. That's who they're catering to. But when you find somebody who say, I barely be on social media, I got a page, but I barely be on it. All I do is come to work, make these little dollars, and go home. My feet be hurting, my legs be hurting when I get off. I have to sew. That's where the woman is.
Right.
So they're out there. You just got to catch the ones that's stocking at Walmart, that's stocking at Kroger.
Well, the ones that are at Walmart that ain't been dogged out so bad and so damaged that you can't form none with them. And so
now, and that's gonna be another thing too.
Right. But see, I understand. Let me say this too. I understand that my accountability in forging anything with anybody, even a friendship, is for me to be healed. That's why I'm in therapy. That's why I'm addressing myself. So understand, I'm not saying all women just nowadays just jack. No, I'm saying we men got a lot of work to do too. But if I'm on the path of healing that I've been on, if I meet a woman, she either better be healed or on her way. Otherwise, I can't mess with her.
I mean, and normally I would argue with you and say it's our job to teach them this and da da da. But you done already been fucked up. I have too. Mm-hmm. The difference is you're going to therapy and you're getting quicker results than I did for not going to therapy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to hear mine. I feel like I can handle everything on my own. I know what I'm doing. I know who I'm dealing with. Either she gonna do this, she gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this. That's how I handled it. But you're actually seeing your faults. You're actually seeing where you went wrong, and you're acknowledging that shit. Right. Like I told you, I wasn't quick to acknowledge anything, and that's why we're seeing your journey way quicker. And you said I wanted to put a year on it, and you say, hey, it ain't even been a year. You come a long, long way, man. Because when we met you, you were damaged coming out of a relationship,
right,
with someone you was married to, in love with children.
Well, I wasn't married to her, but it had been a 5-year relationship. After a
5-year relationship with children, you did have a child with her though, right?
No, I raised her.
Okay,
now I raised her 3 kids and raised my 2.
She had some kids,
right? I raised,
and you were raising, and you was helping raising them,
right?
So you was emotionally attached to children that weren't yours for 5 years,
right?
And a lot of men look at that because, you know, stepdads are simps now. So a lot of men look at what you just said and be like, oh, he should have just brushed that off like it wasn't nothing. But they don't understand 5 years, and you probably met one of them when they were 1, 2, 3 years old. Maybe.
No, they were teenagers. They were all teenagers when they met them. I'm close to them now. They were all teenagers. But I was at each one of high school graduation. I was there. You know,
wow.
But I'm not, but to me, I am now. I'm kind of resistant about dating a woman with kids just because I don't want to set myself up for that again. That's about I realized I have.
Honestly, you know did it hurt though? Tell the truth.
Oh yeah, it damn near killed me.
No, I'm saying when you went to the graduation. When you went to the graduation to see that child walking and to look at that child's mother, and you had been with her for 5 years.
At that point, we were still together. At that point, we were still together when the graduations happened.
So y'all broke up shortly after graduation.
Yeah. But I'm glad I was there because they daddy one. I was there for all 3 of them. I was there. But that's why, like now, I'm probably not going to too much date a woman with kids just because it's just not going to work for me. I'm just not.
All right, let me ask you this. Then I'm going to let you go. Because I got let me ask you this. Okay. Looking at that situation you just went through. You say right now you're skeptical of dating a woman with kids. What if you meet a woman that's able to have children and you guys have a child? Okay. Will you still be active in your ex children's lives, even though they weren't yours?
If they call me now, they need something, I got them. If I can do something for them now, they call me right now.
That's now. I'm saying if you meet somebody and you all have,
it's still gonna be the same. It's still because my love for them kids is not gonna change no matter who I get.
Okay.
If a female come to me talking about, nah, you can't mess with them kids, now you got to kick rocks.
And they're not your kids, but she has a child by you, and she wants all of your time to be with y'all child.
I'm not talking about me going hanging with the other kids. They all grown. They couple of them got kids of their own now. But I'm saying if they call me and they need to talk to me, if you're not woman enough to understand that you with a man that's got pure love for kids and he is, and you don't appreciate that, you ain't the kind of woman I need to mess with. No way.
Okay, so they can call you, but you're not gonna be picking them up, bring them over to the house, and
no.
Hanging with them.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, but if they call you and say, "Hey, I didn't want to bother you, but I need $300. My car's impounded, and I need $300 to get it out."
I got them. Cause see, my relationship with them ain't got nothing to do with their mama. I don't talk to their mama at all. I don't have nothing to do with her. But if the kids call me, I'm gonna answer. And that's how it's had to be. But that leads me back to me being accountable and saying off the rip, I'm careful about who I get involved with, because I know I've had all the shit happen. I'm not looking to have it happen again. But because I'm a better man now, I'm a better mate now than I've ever been, because I'm working on myself and now I know what I want.
You just make sure, because you're on such a good path, that you don't meet that want to be thought, that want to be Megan Thee Stallion, that want to be whatever, and you have a setback, because you have to be very, very, very selective of who you choose. Now it's kind of like an alcoholic. He has to choose his friends and choose where he go and what he do, because you have to have discipline when you're coming from being an alcoholic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have that discipline. And if that friend coming up to you, putting your favorite liquor in your face, when you smell that liquor, and I'm speaking from experience, when you smell that liquor and then the back of your tongue get dry and you wanting to do it, but you know you need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can have a setback if you drink. So I just want you to, I know you have your type. I know you want what you want. But just make sure that person is into the same thing you're in, and you're not gonna see her at the club. You're not gonna see her in no mini dress at pumping gas or leaving out of Circle K. This needs to be that hardworking woman that's just there working, mind her own business, trying to take care of herself. And if she had 1 or 2 kids, you know. But like I said, I know you torn with the kids because you don't want that emotional attachment, and you guys break up a year or 2 later. So I understand that too. And lately, women with children, and there's some videos on it, and we probably gonna talk about that too. Lately, men, it's really been a turnoff when they meet women with children. They'll be like, they got videos out now, like when you find out she has kids. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of men are getting burnt out on that because of the emotional attachment. Then graduation comes, she want her biological daddy to walk her down, who ain't never been in her life. And
right. It's not worth it.
You went through the periods, you went through the first 3 or 4 little heartbreaks with her, and then time for graduation, she reached out to get the deadbeat that probably gave her in a total of his whole life $40, and she wants him to walk her down the aisle.
Right.
So I feel you on that, and a lot of men are coming to that. But on that note, I understand you got to go. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna try to get out of here no later than 11. I'm gonna try to get out before then, because like I said, I have company and friends and family here.
Right. And I was trying to make a point. It just slipped my mind. Oh, we got something coming up in a couple of weeks. I want to talk to you about it before we announce it here, because I think me and Chanel cooked it up. All I can say is give us a couple weeks. We're gonna have some.
Well, I'm gonna actually call you probably tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be on the road tomorrow night late. So I'm probably gonna call you when I first get on the road. It'll be about this time, 9-10 o'clock at night. I'm gonna call
That'll
you.
work.
And then you break everything down, because I do want to get active, because you got a lot of good ideas, and a lot of people been reaching out to me, and I hadn't really been getting back with them about ideas for the show, and they want to come on. So I'm gonna start reaching out to them as well.
Right.
And we're just gonna take it to another level. So by the fall, we should be up and really running. This is the summer edition. So we're just gonna come with hot topics. But by the fall, by the time the fall set in, right before that football season, I want to be up and rolling on some next level shit. So I'm gonna definitely hit you up on that. But like always, it was a pleasure, man. And
yes, sir.
I'm gonna get with you on some of the things you said that I had a little question marks about. But like I said, we're gonna get personal on that outside of the podcast.
Okay.
But, enjoy your day, man. And whether you woke or not, enjoy your 4th of July, man. And
That's right.
All back. Don't get too drunk and don't eat too much.
I ain't gonna do neither.
Do that.
All right. Thank y'all.
Peace. All right, that was George. Now, let me finish and get into the nitty-gritty with what he was saying. The last video was saying that she gives her information to her husband. He has everything. She has everything. That's why I say when you're married it's cool to have access, but you don't want to let me see your phone. Hey, what's up on your phone? Because like George said, when it gets to that point and you don't trust the person, you kind of need to kind of fade away from that relationship, because the key foundation of a relationship is trust. And if you don't have the trust, because love is not the foundation anymore in a relationship, it's trust. So I feel like, yeah, if you're married and you have access, but don't abuse that access. Now, peep this one out.
Should you have access to your partner phone while y'all in a relationship? My answer to that is abso-fucking-lutely. Like, come on, man. You already know what time it is. Listen, man. Only a cheater don't want you to see their phone. Only a cheater, I'm telling y'all. It ain't me invading your privacy. It's a respect thing. If I'm in a relationship with you, when I clearly could be outside doing my thing, but I decide to lock in with you and only you, and I'm spending my money on you, we sharing saliva, we going out, bitch, I'm holding a door open. If I ask to see that phone, it should be a simply handed over, you know what I mean? I should have complete access. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be the other way around. You gonna have complete access to my phone. Only ever had a problem with a cheater when it comes to a phone and all a bunch of excuses. If you ain't got nothing to hide, it should not be a problem. If we locked in, it should not be a problem. And I don't care what nobody say, privacy invasion. I'm not finna go look at your bank account. I'm going on your fucking Snapchat to make sure you ain't texting little rah-rah, bitch. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, y'all gotta tighten up. Yes, you should have access to your partner phone if you're in a relationship. And if they tell you otherwise, you need to leave them.
And I kind of, the brother making a little sense there. Now, like I say, me personally, I don't, go through the phones. And I make jokes with mine because I have the code, she have mine, but I'll say, I don't go through women's phones. You know what I'm saying? And she'll say, boy, you better get this phone. But, but it'd mostly be if she playing Spotify and she's listening and we on a road trip and she has a Spotify hooked up and she play a lot of stuff I don't like. That slow, those songs that don't make the chart, the little slow artists that don't do nothing. She listen to them no singing artists. And so when we ride and I'll be like, hey, we've been listening to this for 2 hours. Can you just put it on the radio or something? She'll be like, you got the phone right there. I was like, well, switch it, put it on one of those like iHeart or something, put it on the radio. Because I be trying to hear the mixes and stuff. So I want to turn up. And so she'll say, well, you got the phone right there. And then I make the joke. I don't go through women's phones, But I just say if you should have access, but you shouldn't just be looking for something either. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you guys are in a committed relationship, you guys should have access to like the code. But when it comes to where you're asking to see the phone on a regular basis, that's when I think it's a problem. Peep this.
Have secrecy, we will create a lack of trust. We will create confusion. We will create chaos in that situation. So to me, I want things to be as transparent as possible. Now, as you mentioned, even like if I give you the password to my phone and you want to go through it, you don't need to be sneaky about it. If we're going to be transparent, just let me know, hey, I'm going to look through your phone. All right, go ahead. Knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, to me, that's how we're going to build a healthy relationship. So to me, it's about what's your real intent here? Are you trying to create a wonderful environment where we can trust each other and be at ease? And here's my also belief. I view it from a very psychological standpoint. It's like the example I'll give is if you put someone in a room with no walls and you give them what they need, they may sit in that room with no problem all day. The minute you put walls up, people want to get out. There's this need to now, like, I'm feeling restricted. So to me, when you add certain restrictions, you make people uncomfortable. And now they feel like they have to start looking. They have to start wondering what's going on. But when you have this very open, transparent environment, it's like, hey, I'm good. Like, you just don't feel any need or any pressure to. Exactly. Yeah, so to me, I just want to remove all of that. So I think there's nothing wrong with having the password.
And once again, like I say, that's me. I don't see nothing wrong with it because after a certain time, I became transparent. And so, but I understand, and I've been meeting certain people, guys and females that I speak with, they still want to have their sense of, I can do something without you knowing. I want to do something that I want to do, and you don't have to know my every move. And so I understand that to a degree. But when it's a transparent relationship, like the guy just said, it's just the trust is stronger because it's not a, I went here because I wanted to go here and you didn't have to know my every move. You get what I'm saying? Even if you think that, the fact that that comes out of your mouth, like I dealt with this guy a while back that I was looking out for, and he'll slip off and do certain things. Oh, you ain't got to know my every move. It's not that I need to know every move, but it's the fact that I found out that move. I asked you about it, and now you want to lie about it, or it's a problem. When I find out and I ask, it should be comfortable. It shouldn't be a, why you got to know my every move type deal. You know, and this was an artist I was getting ready to work with, and he was talking to people, making plans without me knowing, and well, I didn't think you need to know my every move, so I just politely was like, okay, you do you, and I'm just gonna do me. But that's what it led to, because you couldn't trust them. Then I've had artists that I've actually worked with in the past that would go behind my back with the people that I'm connecting them with, and they're like, hey, here go my number, hit me up. So, you know, so I've seen a lot of that. But I understand some people like to make moves where you don't know their every move. But me personally, I'm more transparent. If I'm doing something I don't mind you knowing, and I'm probably going to tell you before I make the move, because I'm just transparent. That's just the type of person I am. And if you don't like the moves, let's talk about it. If we can move forward, we will. If we need to stop talking, stop talking. I don't feel like I have to do anything behind mine back, or yeah, I did this, and you know, she found out later, unless I'm doing something to surprise her. But other than that, I'm transparent. So so I kind of agree. When you're transparent, it's more trust. You're leaving that room for trust. Here's another clip.
Also, the thing about that invasion of privacy argument people use when it comes to going through phones, it's like, why do you only feel like your privacy has been invaded when it comes to your phone? It's like, explain that. If we're in a relationship, we're probably sharing body fluids. We've shared our deepest, darkest traumas, secrets, fears. We're showering together, probably shitting in front of each other. You know what I'm saying? Farting in front of each other. We're sharing food. You're telling me all about your homegirl's business that I don't want to know. You know stuff about my homeboys and my family. I know about your family. But your phone is private. Well, how does that make sense? It's because the real you is in that phone. Not what you're showing. You're showing a facade probably. But the real you, how you really feel about your partner or whatever, is in that phone. That's why you don't want them to know. That's why I tell y'all, check it. Check it. I mean, it's up to you. But if it was me, I'd check it.
And I kind of disagree on some of his points. Because on the phone, text messaging on the phone, FaceTiming, a lot of times people put on the persona of the person who they're speaking with. So if I'm talking with a person that's super hype and in the streets doing his thing, when he talked to me, I'll be like, what's up? Yeah, shit, what's happening? What's cracking? Blah, blah, blah. But then when I talk with somebody who's married with children and kind of living the way I'm living, hey man, what's happening? What you got going on today? Shit, what the kids doing? You know, what you got going on? So you adjust to the lifestyle on the phone to the person that you're speaking with. So for him to say the real you is in that phone, I kind of disagree. Just like the birds of a feather flock together thing. And partners and I have argued about this all the time. But my other co-host, Austin, that's not able to be here tonight, he's the first to tell you. My partner, Nard, and I, my best friend, we did a lot of things that he didn't do. He wasn't that keen on drinking. He didn't do no smoking. He just didn't do a lot of stuff that we hung around and partaked in. But he hung with us. when he see me doing that, he just be in his seat. And then when I stop the smoking and drinking and stuff, I'm able to sit in the car when my friends come home for holidays. We all get in the vehicle and we ride all over town. We hit up clubs. We sit in the parking lot. I'm able to sit in the parking lot and watch them pass the blunt, and I'm just sitting there, just, you know, secondhand contact, but I'm not inhaling. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Bill Clinton. I didn't inhale. But yeah, so I'm able to do that. So that birds of a feather flock together, that's I don't really believe in that to a degree. And then, like I say, the coldest line, and a lot of times these be friends they grew up with. And I look at people I've watched grow up. Like, you grow up in the neighborhood, you go to school with certain people. And like Juvenile said, and to me, this is one of the coldest lines, if not the best line in rap when it comes to breaking down reality. And his song, Paper Chaser, you got your block on fire. But he say, you don't really want to fuck with them niggas, huh? You grew up with them niggas, huh? So you stuck with them niggas, huh? So that was on that song, huh? So when he say you don't really want to mess with them, but you stuck with them because you grew up with them. And that was one of the coldest lines, and it just stood out because I started seeing so many people that weren't like the group of people that they grew up with, that they went to school with, that they were forced to be around because the parents were friends and they was taking you over to the house and you guys were growing up together, and then they live a totally different life. So that birds of a feather flock together, that I don't believe in that. You know, they have one or two things in common because they grew up together. They went to the same school. They know some of the same people. They were in the same grades. They graduated the same year. But that doesn't mean that that person personality and traits and ways are like the person who they grew up with. Because I'm not like a lot of the people I hang with and have been with. So yeah, I don't believe in that. So when he's saying you can't trust them, check the phones, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm gonna ask if it's something like the other lady said, if it's something that I see that I'm uncomfortable about or it bothers me, I'm gonna ask. And I'm just recently getting to the point of asking or bringing it up instead of holding it in and letting my actions treat some type of way. Because I don't believe in arguing. I don't say a lot of stuff. And then the disadvantage of that is when you know who you are, you know your worth. That's the great thing. But you also are quicker to, well, at least with me, I'm quicker to shut down and walk away. So I'm learning to, if I see something, then I need to address it then instead of holding it in, being that I'm a person who shuts down. Like I was saying earlier when George was on here. I see something I don't like, I automatically get the little chamber back up over the heart, and then that goes on for another 2 weeks, and then I'm ready to get out of it. The feeling's gone. I'm not turned on sexually. I'm emotionally detached. And before it gets there, I'm learning to speak sooner, So trust is the hardest thing to earn and the easiest thing to lose. So you don't want to get in a position where that trust is gone, because trust is hard to build, like I said, and easy to lose. And once it's lost, it's hard to build or find again. So you might as well just get out of that relationship, because if that trust goes, depends on how bad it went, it's hard to get that trust back.
Should your spouse have the right to your passwords?
Since you won't say right to no.
Why not?
Because you don't have the right to that. Like anything I give you, I'm giving you out of trusting you enough to give it to you.
If I'm married to you, there is no answer that you can give to me as to why I shouldn't be able to have your password.
And that goes back to what I said earlier. If you're married, I don't see a problem with everything being transparent. If you're married, then I want to go deeper to the people that's in committed relationships that have been putting in the blood, sweat, and tears to be in these relationships. Because many people are not marrying. They're shacking and they are performing wifely and husband duties to people that they're just living with and seeing. They don't want the government in their business, you know. So with that being said, for the ones that's in the committed relationships, I feel like you should have access to the phone and social media if you just wanted to. But you shouldn't stress over it. If it comes to the point where you have to stress over who they talking with, who they inboxing, who they FaceTiming, and at that point I do agree with George. You don't need to be in that relationship. But a lot of times we get caught up, and that's male and female, in not knowing who we are, not knowing our worth, not knowing our values. And you tend to stay in situations that you know are not healthy, that you know are toxic, because you don't know your real worth and your real value. And a lot of times you feel like you can't find anything better. But you have tons of, and lately a lot of women been waking up. You have tons of guys and females probably in your DM, but you're realizing when you really need them people that they're not there for you like the person that you're with. And so the fact that they're waking up and noticing that, a lot of times they force themselves to stay in situations and relationships that they shouldn't be in. And so trust is a major issue. Love doesn't keep a relationship together anymore. Probably in the 50s and 60s, maybe relationships was based on love, maybe 70s. But today's relationships, you have to have more than love. And like I was talking to a partner of mine the other night, and I was telling him, in a relationship that you're seriously being in, a long-term relationship, you have to really like that person. You have to like that person, because whatever they had going on when y'all met could fade, could come to a sudden end, whether it's money, whether it's health, whatever. Let's just say y'all got together because you guys have the same accounting mindset, stock market. She can all of a sudden get uninterested in that. Her career may take her in a totally different direction. But if you all together, she go to the doctor, she get diagnosed with something, thyroid cancer or whatever, you have to be with her. And I see, be with her or him. And I see a lot of people that's in relationships, and that person that they're dating, their mate, gets sick or lose a job or something, have a mishap in the relationship, and that person's angry and complaining. Yeah, I gotta go take him here. Or, yeah, I gotta go take him there, and I gotta sit up here for 4 hours or 8 hours while they in dialysis, but they don't want nobody to leave, so I gotta sit up here. And then my thing is, you have to like your mate. If you don't like that, and the reason I put a strong word on like, because you're not going to always 100%, it just depends on what your definition and feeling of love is. It's going to be days that may piss you off and you hate their guts. And you may go days, weeks without really communicating with that mate. But if you like that person, truly like them, you'll still be there for them. So that's why I preach, don't base relationships on looks, finance, and sex, because you can lose all of that. Something can happen to the sex drive. Women go through all the little health issues they can have, from painful periods and being stressed out and having to have different things going on with their body. So now she's not sexually as sexually into you as she used to be. So what you do? Oh man, if you don't like them, you're gonna go and find somebody else that you can have sex with. But if you like that person and you care for them, it's not a big thing. You understand what they're going through. So you have to like your mate. That's first and foremost. Because like I said, a lot of people not getting married now. So they're shacking, living together, and you have to like that person. So if you don't like them, that's gonna be an issue. Now peep this video and we get ready to close it. I got about 15 minutes.
Privacy is needed for both parties in the relationship, but I also think that there are like guidelines to privacy. Let's just use something as simple as being in the bathroom with the door closed, right? The guideline is, don't come into the bathroom, but if you need to knock and come in, you can come in. Privacy is important for the health of the relationship, but there has to be important guidelines that go into it. So even talking about the phone and the password. So it's like my wife has my password, but it's not like she's just picking up my phone and going through it. And even if she does want to go through it, she's going to ask me to go through it first, right? Because that's where our relationship is at. So that's like the guideline. I'm not giving you the password so you could just go and abuse that. Now you're outside the guidelines of the privacy.
Okay, I feel that, and it should be some form of privacy. So like, we get each other's phone, like I said, because it'd be for like, if she playing a video or something on hers, and I'm just sitting there and I ain't doing nothing. It's just, hey, let me see your phone, and we have the cameras hooked up around the house, and she'll use my phone to check on the kids, call them, or whatever. Or she'll be like, hey, let me, did you see that video I showed you? And she'll go into my messages and go to the video. I got no problem with that because I'm literally, I ain't doing that. I'm just chilling. So like he said, it's not that she's just waiting. Hey, let me go through your phone. Let me go through your phone. That trust has to be there. Should be some form of trust. And if it gets to where you don't trust them at all, then it's time for you to get out of that relationship. But overall, I feel like it's okay to have your mate's phone passcodes. And, even though Snapchat, especially Snapchat, Instagram, all the social media pages and apps are easy access for them to be unfaithful. You just got to put that trust, because who wants to be sitting around worrying about what somebody is doing? I know I'm not. And if you go by what they said back in the day, was done in the dark going to eventually come to the light. I just sit back. And like I said, I was telling the guy the other day, I was talking with one of my good friends. I was like, every woman I ever left, I got blessed. I'm talking about I moved up and up and I elevated. And I feel like I'm in a good plateau, status right now. And so I was like, if something was to happen and we break up, I'm like, God, you got more blessings for me? What do you have next? What do you have for me? I'm ready for these blessings, because I only got blessings. I moved up and up and up. I never had a backfall, in any of the relationships I left. Things just got better for me. So something as simple as giving your mate or your serious partner, now you just date somebody and y'all just hook up every blue moon, I wouldn't suggest giving them my my number, my passcodes and stuff to my phone. But, and then, like I say, she has certain friends that she talked to, and I have certain guys I talk to. And I may send the guy a video of a female and say, hey man, these women are out here. Women are out here. So she knows who I talk to. So she don't go, and even if she have my phone, I never seen her click on anything. And when I have her phone, I don't click on her friend girl stuff. I go to what I'm looking for. And like I was said on the previous podcast, you have certain guys out there, and I just told George this basically, that will see your mate, and females like this too, because they see me and they'll say, "Hey, you haven't changed. You still look like you did in high school, and you know what's been up. You know, I used to be crazy about you and all that stuff." So you're gonna get those people that hit you up like that every blue moon. And like the lady said on the other, if you see something that's questionable, ask and give them a time to explain it. Then my girl always would say, if they did that, I'll let you know. But we're so busy. I'm busy. Things going on. We got a lot of other things we juggling. You may forget something. And then she'll be like, "Hey, let me show you this video." And she's going through, such and such hit me up today. And she'll be looking for the friend girl who said something or a job or something that they want us to do. And she'll be trying to show me what they sent. And I may see a name that I'm not familiar with in the phone. And, you know, she may be on those sites like that you go to get stuff in the area when you don't have time to wait on Amazon, all them. So she's a decorator. So let's just say she's trying to get some decor, and she may hit up some people that's selling something, and it may be a guy who's selling something, and he'll hit her back with the reply, but I don't see the reply. I just see a guy name up there, Michael Smith. And then I'll be like, you know, "Hey, who was Mike?" She said, "Oh, I was trying to get these tablecloths or these chairs," and she'll just show me the text. So that's transparency. I just feel like the key to any successful relationship is transparency. Now, I used to work with this guy. He used to sell clothes and shoes, purses, and CDs and all that, DVDs back in the Gap. And he valued his cell phone. And so I said, "Do your girl ever see your phone?" He was like, "No." And he wasn't married to her. This was somebody he was, you know, but they were together. They had a child and everything together. But he said his phone was his privacy. He said, I'm so open with everything else. This phone is my privacy." And different women would send him pictures, you know what I'm saying, in his phone. But he was saying that the phone was his privacy, and he didn't feel like no woman needed to see what was going on in his phone, because that's the only sense of privacy that he has. And I understood what he was saying, you know, and like I say, plus they weren't married. And if you have to be in a relationship where it's an invasion of privacy, and like I say, I have access, and I might, you know, like I say, when we ride and she listen to that music I don't care for on Spotify, these no singing women and all these little rodeo remake slow sexual no singing ass songs, I don't care to hear that 24/7. So I'll be like, "Hey, put that on iHeartRadio or something, or something, so we can hear a mix. I want to hear some club songs and you know, a little bit, or some throwback, some new edition Bobby Brown type shit." And she'll say, "With a phone right there, all you have to do is pick it up. I'm not really listening to this, just pick it up." And I'll be like, I don't touch women's phones, you know. And then we joke about it. But I'm just now recently, when she'll say that, I'll pick it up and go to the radio thing myself and put it on there. But I'm not quick to do that, because like I say, back in the Gap, mom them used to say, if you're looking for something, you're gonna find it. And a lot of times what you find isn't what it is. You get what I'm saying? And so I brought up to George, if you have that gut instinct, but you don't have the proof, what do you do? So he said he'll leave anyway. But that was my attitude. But once you're invested in a person, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, whether it's your time. Time is a valuable thing to waste. And if you don't just have proof, you have an idea because of things you've seen in the past. A lot of people say they recognize patterns, but still you don't have proof that that person stepped out, you know. In that case, just keep looking. You may not never get the proof, but they're going to leave enough signs for you to know if you need to continue to be in that relationship or not. So being transparent, being open, knowing you have access to your mate's phone, knowing you have access to your mate's social media pages, and all you know, the fact that you know you have the access, you're not quick to use it. It's like the guy said on the other video, when you're in an open room, they'll sit in that open room all day, but when you put walls up, that's when it becomes a problem. It's the same open space, it just has some walls in them now, where you can really have more privacy because there's walls that you can get in a little corner and do your thing, but it's the fact that walls are up that makes them paranoid. So having the access doesn't mean abusing that access. Every 5 minutes, what you doing now? What you doing now? When it gets to that point, you probably need to be looking at a way to get out of their relationship. So that's my summary with that. To each his own. I respect everybody's reply. That's my privacy, the only privacy I have. Okay, and your mate is fine with that. Cool. But I also learned, especially if you're married and you care about your marriage and your mate, you like them, as I say. If all it takes is for them getting your phone passcode to use it for whatever, her phone may be dead, and it's an emergency. And you sleep or whatever, or out of the vehicle and somebody's trying to break in or anything. They need to have access to your phone to make important phone calls, to call 911, whatever. So with you keeping that phone blocked up and all that, it looks suspicious to a degree, because we don't even think about going through each other's phone, but we know we have access to the phone if we need to use it, if we need it. Like I might say, she might say, I might tell her to see how far is it from this place to that place. But if she's in the middle of doing something on her phone or FaceTiming somebody, she'll get my phone, Google, and send it to her phone. So it's just different things like that. I mean, that's just the relationship we have. I'm not looking for nothing, because I feel like if it's something I need to know, I feel like the creator and the powers that be are going to show me. And I just sit back. But the key thing to being secure in these relationships is building you some type of self-worth. So if that person is doing what they do, or trying to be slick, as the guy said earlier, all the things, sneaky with it, you got to be comfortable with leaving. Like George say, be comfortable with just getting out of it. If they got to hide their phones and get mad when you touch their phone and crying and fussing just because you didn't look at their phone. When it gets to that point, whether they're hiding something or not is suspicious. And I just feel like at that time, it's about time to reevaluate their relationship and get out of it. So the topic of the night was, should your mate have the passcodes to your phone? Or is it an invasion of privacy? And I understood everybody, all the videos that I played, I kind of saw where all of them were going, but majority of them stated they don't see a problem with them having access to their phone. So I roll with that. And like I said, I'm gonna play the video that prompted this whole topic one more time before I get out of here. But peep this. This would prompt the topic tonight.
Baby, what the hell is so funny over there?
What? No, I'm on Twitter.
I want to know, like, why you always like moving like that with your phone? Like you,
moving
like
what?
damn, you always
Rapping?
sitting. No, like you always just sitting with your phone turned and shit.
How's it turn if you're behind me?
Is your phone cracked right there on the back? Let me see.
Give me my fucking phone. Tripping. Why are you being weird?
Why are you being weird? Why you just did all that?
But why are you snatching my
I was
phone?
trying to see the crack. Let me see the crack.
You already did.
No, I didn't. Let me see the
tried to
crack.
Snatch it though.
Baby, just let me see the crack.
Yes, it's cracked.
Okay, I understand it's
Okay.
cracked. Can I see it real quick?
Exactly. Why do you keep trying to snatch my phone?
I'm snatching because now you acting like you doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
How? Am I acting like I'm doing something I'm not supposed
All right,
to?
I don't want to break your nail. Can I just please see your phone real quick?
You don't. Why do you need to see my phone? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do you want to see my phone for? Do I go through your phone? No.
Baby, be in a relationship for one.
We
If
are.
I ask you for your phone, I should
That's
be able
not.
to.
No, that's not what that means. This is my private property. Stop. Give me my fucking phone. No, you're doing too much.
Oh, see, now I know. Now I know.
What do you know?
Now I know. Why
Imagine
you
if
go?
I try to snatch your phone out of your fucking face.
I understand that. I understand. Watch out. Watch out. No,
Where's
no,
your
no.
phone?
Watch out. You're not touching my phone.
Okay.
Now I know you got something going on that you're not supposed to be doing because you always turn with your phone like that. Why you always in the bed or in the car or
You're being
on the
rude.
couch with your phone? I'm being rude.
I was having a good time. Please get out.
I'm not even trying to start with you.
No, but you are.
I just had peeped at how you always move with your phone, and today's the day I want to really realize what's going on with your phone.
You don't pay
What do you
my
mean?
bill.
What do you
Stop.
mean?
Give
Let
me
me see
my
the phone.
fucking
No, 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 no,
Give me
no,
my
no. Let me see what's in this
phone,
phone.
bro.
Let me
Give
see
my
what's in this phone.
Like, you're already my fucking life.
Matter of fact,
Fucking insecure.
I'm insecure.
Promise you, yeah.
I'm insecure. You could be putting me as your lock screen, and when you get with a nigga, you change your lock screen.
What? Who does all that, and what am I doing all that for?
So why you moving like that with your phone?
Right, because you don't pay my phone bill.
All right, so can
touching
you?
other people's property?
Cool, I don't. You're right. But can I ask you a question?
What?
Can you open your phone for me
You're
real quick?
really stressing me.
Can you just open your phone for me real quick? I won't even touch it. Unlock it, and like go to your recent FaceTime
For
calls.
what?
Because the way
You're invading my privacy. I'm not doing that.
I'm not even trying to be insecure or nothing, but the way you're moving with your phone is showing that you got a lot going on. And I ain't no dumb. I've been peeping this for like months now. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna never ask her because I don't really care that much. But I see how you move. You over there probably deleting shit.
No,
you
I'm
over there
not.
deleting.
No, I don't FaceTime nobody. I don't FaceTime nobody. Here.
It's all good. Nah, it's all good.
Go through it.
It's all.
You want to be insecure and let me know?
It's all. I just peeped. Now she don't got no FaceTime calls. She has none.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's all good. Just don't be surprised when you catch me doing me. I'm gonna have to phone that. What's up?
And so that was the one that prompted the conversation. Someone sent me that video, and I was like, she definitely had something to hide. She was hiding something. I mean, and then she actually stood up, you know what I'm saying, and was like getting away from it. And then she started cursing. All those signs. Then the comeback be, you don't pay my phone bill. You know, so when they're saying stuff like that, fellas and female and ladies, when they're saying stuff like that, it's like my man said, that's a flaming flag. So look into it, and if you have to, get out of it because the respect is not there. She was too angry about him trying to touch that phone. So, but for the ones that's I think you should have access, but don't abuse the access. Because I have access, but I don't never ask. And if we're sitting and she's scrolling, showing me something, and I see something that's suspicious that I don't like, or somebody in the DM that I don't know, I may ask a question, but and vice versa. But I'm transparent, and it doesn't matter to me. And whatever you see, it is what it is. So I don't have nothing to hide. So I don't have a problem with giving my access to my phone. But we don't abuse that privilege. But to each his own. But whatever creates more trust in your relationship to make it a healthy relationship, that's what I suggest. But on that note, I want everybody to enjoy your 4th of July. If you celebrate it, for everybody that's off, turn up, enjoy your day off. Hopefully you had a 3-day, a 4-day weekend. But other than that, if you don't celebrate it, if you're a part-time woke person, you don't celebrate it, but yet you still you put meat on the grill and have friends, family, and co-workers over. Do your thing, but you're pro-black, But anyway, I'm out. DJ Black about to sign off. Speak on It podcast 2K4 summer edition. Check us out next week. Shout out to everybody that commented, everybody that's watching the podcast. Consistency is the main thing. And like I said, I could be doing a whole lot because YouTube and everything is hitting me up monetary. But I haven't just gotten deep into doing it on a regular basis. But I may look into that in the fall. So I'll be coming with probably more things. So I switch it up every season. So whenever the season changes, I do something a little different. So this is summer edition, and we just gonna keep the topics hot because it's hot as hell outside right now. But on that note, I'm out. And like I say, it's happening, so we might as well speak on it. And once again, my praises and thoughts go out to Ashley Barnes and the Lyons family, Barnes and Lyons family down there, man. Hopefully justice will prevail and it'll bring you some type of closure. It'll never bring her back. However, but knowing that the abuser has been and the murderer has been captured should bring a little peace of mind. So everybody keep them in your prayers. It's going to be a long journey. And like I tell people, the pain never goes away. You just learn how to deal with it day by day. But on that note, I'm out. Speak on the podcast, 2K24, DJ Black, I'm out. And what I always say, peace.
What you think, man? I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now. Okay. And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this monogamy just doesn't fit for me. Right. I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard supposedly is? Right.
And then the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You start thinking about, well, damn, I did this. So, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, that complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told, don't do that.
The missing link that goes back to a time before we were even talking. Why doesn't my father is that a protection for me? Right. Or is that the way he was raised? Or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
No, but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
Made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time they are, like, absolutely. So if we don't understand that, all we know is the rejection.
You see, like, what I understand with my father,
men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, the purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black male was removed from the home, and black woman was forced to provide for the children, for herself.
You're missing one other thing that removes black male from the home. That's white women. Because after a while, it was a run on black men, white women. Yeah, white women. You know, at one point, black men, they just had to have a white woman. No matter what their social economical status was, white women was the way to go. And so that pulled a lot of black men out of the house.
Damn, I sure missed that. I mean, I know Rick James, you know, I know, you know, I mean, you hit it. I just didn't think of that as a major absence of the black man. So you
being a provider means so many things.
Right.
It means put you in a house. You know, it means I got your back. It means we're doing it together. It means I'm not gonna walk away when things get hard. You know, that's providing, right? I'm gonna provide emotional protection so that you can, you know, I'll be present for you when you don't feel like you can be there for yourself or whatever, you know. So there's so much more definition to the thing, right? And even on the flip side, looking at, you know, men with kids, right? I remember I did not want a man who had kids, and I was about 25 when I met my ex-husband.